The 6 junior Jacob Angeles, as a sophomore last season, did something that has never been done in program history. And tonight it was a busy night on the high school gridiron, so let's get right to it. For South County senior Quentin Malloy Brown, he's been a quiet kid for most of his high school career, but this year he wanted to switch it up. He wanted to do things a little bit different. Hey everybody, and welcome into another edition of the Post Up. Brandon Green here. Today we're going to take a look at a St. John's rising junior that did work in the Capital Hoops Summer League Championship game. Hey everybody, and welcome into the Weekly Rewind. Brandon Green here alongside our analyst Britton Randolph, here to bring you a game recap in the Virginia State playoffs between Battlefield and South County. For a Week 7 matchup, it doesn't get any better than this. 6-0 Walkersville, last year's state runner-up in 2A, against 6-0 Oakdale. Lost their leading scorer last season in Langston Gathers, averaging 23 points per game, but Brian Cobbs has been able to shoulder the load this season. Thank you guys. I'm here with Patriots coach Sherman Rivers. And coach, what is the most exciting part about this event today? The Hood College Blazers failed to make the playoffs for the second consecutive season, and for seniors like Tanner Roof, this was his last chance.
It was cool, and the season didn't end the way we wanted to, but we had a good run, and I really enjoyed my time playing 4 years.
After a long season with the Blazers, Roof only had one word to describe it:
roller coaster, because obviously you have your ups and downs no matter what. But
Roof and the Blazers played their last game last Saturday. And for Roof, this was a special moment.
So it's kind of surreal for me because I was like, I'm done for good now. So, I really tried to cherish it and enjoy the last moments. But now it's over, so I'm retired now.
Roof is going to graduate with the rest of his class in May. And like most seniors, he is looking towards the future.
It's kind of nerve-wracking just it being on the other side. It's exciting, too, though, in the fact, everyone wants to be done with school. So it's kind of cool in that sense. But yeah, it's definitely surreal to me because it felt like the 4 years kind of just flew by.
After graduating, Roof plans on using his degree to get a job in sports marketing and hopefully stay inside the Maryland area. Brandon Green, Blazer Sports.
I saw he was kind of shaky with the ball when he came off the screen, and I thought I trusted my instincts, and I went for it, and I got it.
We were getting on him all year about getting low, and he finally did it. Came big for us, and it's overwhelming. Knowing all the hours, all the long hours, the early mornings, the late nights, it's everything.
I feel great, man. It's an unbelievable feeling. I don't even got words to describe it, but man, it's a great feeling. It's a great win, great team win. Got that shit, baby. You already know.
Oh, I think this is only the start of the beginning for us. I think next year, I don't really want to talk about next year right now, but it's gonna keep improving.
I want to be one of the best players to come out of the Met. I know it's gonna take a lot of work, a lot of hours to do that. I'm up for it.
And welcome to another edition of WHAG Sports Connection. I am your host, Brandon Green. It was a cold night tonight in West Virginia, but that does not stop high school football. Tonight we had a matchup of state powerhouses between the Musclemen and Martinsburg. This was our game of the week, and you could just feel the tension in the stadium. We start in the first quarter with Tyson Bandit punching it in from a few yards out to give Martinsburg their first lead of the night, 7-0. On the next possession, the Bulldogs look to take control, and Chevalo Tavini receives the pass from Benjit, makes a few people miss, and then gets blasted, and the Musclemen regain possession. Boy, wasn't that a shift in momentum, as Lucas Hall takes the direct snap and breaks free up the gut for the touchdown. They were still down 7-6 after a missed PAT. Next drive for the Musclemen was more of the same. Smash mouth football, and that's Keenan Heck with the carry as he rumbles and tumbles for extra yardage, setting up this play by Hall as he breaks a tackle and dashes to the outside. And look at the effort for the go-ahead touchdown, but the Bulldogs have an answer, and that is Dwayne Grantham. And isn't he shifty? And he would not be stopped for the game-time touchdown. The Bulldogs would go on to win 54-14. Now let's go a couple towns over to Jefferson, where they took on South Hagerstown. We pick up the game in the third quarter with South leading 20-12. Isaac Myers with the quarterback keeper and a scramble down the sideline and tack on another 15 yards for the late hit. Myers now wants to show us his arm strength as he slides to his right to buy extra time and then throws a complete rocket to Noah Cunningham down the sideline. Next play, Myers with the run, but he is met by two South defenders. And look at the loose change, and Lincoln Akakubo scoops it up. And let's open the cash register because all he sees is green for the touchdown. South now up 26-12. A couple of drives later, South looks to put the game away. And McCoy Dutrow with the carry, and he is a speedster, passing past the entire Jefferson defense for the touchdown. South will go on to win 39-33.
Our Brandon Green has more on the standout attack.
Thank you, Jeremy. Paul VI Jr. Jacob Angeles, as a sophomore last season, did something that has never been done in program history, and that has become the first 40-40 player in Paul VI program history with 41 goals and 44 assists. But this year is a little bit different. Paul VI lost 6 seniors from that team last year, and Angeles said that he definitely wants to improve on his scoring and his leadership this season. So he's trained harder than ever, he said, this offseason, because he also wants to do something that has never been done in program history, and that is win the BISA and the WCAC championship. Angeles said, I quote, "I feel we're under the radar this year," end quote. And the Johns Hopkins commit said that he feels this team definitely has what it takes to win the WCAC. And if they win this game today, then they are only 2 wins away from their goal. Jeremy, back to you. I do think it's their X factor, Dion Wells-Ross. He's not going to be there. He's not their leading scorer on the season, but him being able to get into the paint, and then we saw his athleticism, being able to finish over people, and then the touch from outside. He's really a complete offensive player. Such a tough choice because Dre was just so effective in that second half, really led them to victory. But I had to go with the complete game. Terrence Williams was there from the first quarter to the end. You see 22 points, 10 rebounds, 3 threes. To this game, and here I have the player who hit the shot, Mr. Cobbs. Did Coach draw that play up in the huddle?
Originally, I was supposed to come around the top of the key and look for the top shot, but I saw my man would drop to the other corner, so I ran, put my hand up, my man saw me, he threw me the ball, and luckily I was able to knock it down.
Hey everybody, and welcome into the DMVstream.com postgame report. I'm Brandon Green, and today I'm in Bethesda, Maryland. We just saw a matchup between two powerhouses, a matchup from the IAC championship last season in Bullis and Landon. Landon was able to get the thrilling victory 10-5, completely dominating the game today was Mr. Joey Epstein, and I have him right here. And Joey, what were you seeing out there today?
My teammates gave me space to operate. They did a good job moving off ball, and I was able to find a few open men. Really just a good offensive flow.
What a big win it was for Paul VI, trying to keep pace in that tough WCAC, and what a tough loss it was for Gonzaga. And we'll have full coverage of the WCAC for the rest of the season, so be sure to make us your leader at DMVstream.com.